Zealand, food prices we know are going up and up and up, which means when going to the supermarket, things can get pretty treacherous when you're trying to eat good with real ingredients, but you're on a budget. If you're new around here, this is Savvy Suppers, and I go to the supermarket and I spend under $50 and I make dinner for 2 to 3 people for 3 nights of the week, and you have leftovers for your lunch. Now I know that sounds crazy and some of you don't believe me, but I promise you, here are the receipts. And this week's shopping came in at $49.33. So if you want to know how to make 3 delicious dinners for under $50, then come with me and I'm going to show you how to make these weeknight winners from all of this shopping. This is Dishes with Del. This is Savvy Suppers. Welcome. If you're looking for any of the recipes, head to my website, they're over there. If you want any more amazing 3 dinners for $50, Savvy Suppers style, go up here. I've added the playlist because I've already made a whole bunch of these. So let's get into dinner 1. We are making pork and cabbage. This is such a quick, easy weeknight dinner, and as long as it takes you to cook the rice, you can cook the rest of the meal. As you'll see, I've got 1 packet of mince here, 800 grams, and we're going to use half for this dinner and half for another one later in the week. So let's get in to dinner 1. Welcome back to another season of Savvy Suppers. I'm sorry it's been a while, but if you're new around here, I head to the supermarket, spend under $50, and we make 3 banging dinners with leftovers for your lunch for 2 to 3 people. With the price of groceries going up and up and up here in NZ, let's make every dollar count without eating boring food. And today's shopping came in at a whopping $49.33, but my God, we got a lot, and this first dinner is a weeknight winner. It's quick and fast, and by the time that your rice is cooked, your pork and cabbage is ready to go. Minimal ingredients, maximum flavour, and don't knock it until you've tried it. Slice up your onion, your cabbage, half the packet of that mince. You need to sear off this pork, get it nice and caramelised, add in your onions, saute them off, add in your cabbage, cook it down, add a generous 2 teaspoons of curry powder, a little tiny spoonful of corn flour if you had some, and for this I'm just going to use water. Of course, if you had stock, that would be great, but it's not always available. And that's it. After 15 minutes of that cabbage and onion softening up, give it a good season. This could easily feed 3 or 4 people. A fast and filling, budget-friendly meal that's simple and delicious. But make sure you come back around to find out what we'll be making with the rest of that shopping. So there you have it, dinner 1. Simple, budget-friendly, and a great way to stretch out a little bit of pork mince. And you might have seen me there. I added a little bit more of some curry powder and a little bit more liquid because things were a little bit crunchy and it wasn't quite seasoned enough. That's the thing with cooking. There's always a little bit of space for interpretation. Always make sure you taste your food as you're cooking it because that's how you're going to get the best result. And sometimes curry powders, they're not all made the same. The one from the supermarket might only have 3 or 4 spices sometimes. Of course, if you had some extra spices in the cupboard, put them in. But it's a really quick and easy dinner. As I said, stretch out your pork mince. So now we're going to move on to recipe number 2. And this, it's cozy, delicious, and wonderful for an autumn evening. And it's starting to feel a bit chilly. So let's get on to that second dinner. And we're making a little Italian pork inspired ragu and pasta. Simple, delicious, cozy, and yum. Welcome back guys, it's Savvy Suppers and this is dinner 2 of the week. If you're new around here, I go to the supermarket, spend under $50 and make dinner for 2 to 3 people with leftovers for your lunch. And this dinner is cozy, warm and comforting with them cooler nights around the corner. We're making a maybe not totally traditional pork ragu and pasta. And I am going to make a few little additions, but just because I had them in the cupboard. 1 tiny little garlic clove, some fresh thyme from my garden, and a little bit of smoked paprika. Not necessary, but always look in your cupboard. You never know what you might find. This cozy midweek dinner is simple and easy to make. Dice up your onions and mushrooms, cook them down, add in your pork, saute it off, add a good few dollops of tomato paste. And now that the pork's all ready to go, we are going to use a little cheat, which is a packet of gravy, which means not only is it going to thicken your sauce, but you're also going to get that extra meaty flavour. We're going to add half of this milk and let this ragu bubble on the stove. And while that's all happening, pop on your pasta to cook, and this is nearly ready to serve. And finish it off with a little cheese. Cozy, comforting, creamy ragu that's easy on your wallet and tasty in your belly. So make sure you give this one a save and come back for that last Savvy Supper of the week. So good. creamy, rich, comforting, Italian-inspired ragu. I mean, the great thing is about using that gravy powder is it's got a little bit of thickening in it. It's gonna add to that deep flavour, and much the same as the other stuff, if you've got little additions like the bit of garlic, a little bit of thyme or rosemary growing in your garden, pop it in too. And we don't always want a totally tomato ragu, so the addition of the milk is also great, and it means that if you get to cook it for a long time, it's going to soften up that meat absolutely fantastically. But for now, we're on to the third and final dish of the week, and this one is something that you know, but maybe not as you know it. Let's get in to dinner number 3 of this week's Savvy Suppers. Welcome back to Savvy Suppers, where I'm helping Kiwis spend $50 at the supermarket and make 3 dinners for 2 to 3 people. This is the third and final dish of the week from my $50 shop. A Friday night pub grub special. We are making nachos, but nacho as you know it. That was like the worst dad joke ever, but you get what I mean. We're making nachos with a twist, so let's get into this last Savvy Supper of the week. So once your veggies are prepped, we're gonna get it on. The thing with this curry, we are making a deep, rich gravy. We'll add the coconut to thin it out, and because we're using frozen veggies, it's super fast. Indian-inspired nachos. Sounds crazy, but I promise you, utterly delicious. And once your curry's ready, pile up your crisps, get a load of the curry on top, add on your cheese, and under the grill it goes. And to finish it off, a few dollops of sour cream, and I had a little bit of plum cassundi. Indian-inspired nachos for a Friday night. Big flavours, loads of veg, and way cheaper than a takeaway. Honestly, Indian-loaded nachos are an absolute banger. You've got to give these ones a go. Yum. See you later.